Hello, today we are on Unit 4. In 4.1, we are going to study International Monetary Fund. In this, we are going to study the introduction of IMF, the history of IMF, why do we need IMF, what is IMF, the objectives, what does IMF really do, and the difference between IMF, World Bank, and a lot of case studies. Moving on. First, let us understand what is IMF. IMF is International Monetary Fund. IMF is a multilateral organization. Multilateral organization is where three or more parties come together to form one single organization. That was created during World War II. We had World War II in 1944 and it helped to support currency and trade for after the war. War had disturbed the entire economy of the world. Lot of maltrade practices were going on, systems had failed, the production factors like land, labor, capital, enterprise were disturbed. To stabilize this, IMF came in role. Let us see how. So IMF, it is an international organization which is headquartered at Washington DC in United States. The MD of IMF is Kristalina Georgieva and the official language for IMF is English. Moving on, see this is the building of IMF currently. Let us study the objectives of IMF. What does IMF really do for us? In 188 countries are working to foster the global monetary cooperation. In 195 countries, 188 countries like India, Canada, United States, Germany, Russia, South Africa, America and many more such good countries are members of IMF. It secures and stabilizes the financial support. What does it do? It supports countries who are weaker with economic aids and stabilize their economic conditions. It helps international trade. How does it help international trade? What does it do is, it stabilizes the currency rate, due to which exports become cheaper and imports become expensive, due to which ultimately it helps to develop the balance in trade. It promotes high employment. Yes, if productivity increases, employment will increase. If employment increases, ultimately the well-being of the country, that is the economic development, proceeds. Sustainable economic growth. How does it help sustainable economic growth? What does it do? It helps the countries which are developed. It helps the underdeveloped countries with the policies that has made the country which are developed more successful. So with the help of those countries and their policies, it trains the economically underdeveloped countries with the policies and financial support to keep developing. Reduce poverty around the world. It helps the LICs, that is the low income countries, by supporting financial support, economic assistance, policy assistance. They train the government to grow with other countries at par. These were the need of IMF. Moving on to the objectives of IMF. International Monetary Corporation. The first objective is, it is an international monetary cooperation. What does it do? As I have mentioned, it, with the help of the developed countries, it develops the countries which are not developed. It helps them to achieve the SDGs, that is the Sustainable Development Goals that these countries have to achieve till 2030 with help of the policies and financial assistance of the developed countries. Second, it ensures stability in foreign exchange rate. What does it do? It reduces the currency value of one nation for another nation, due to which exports become much cheaper and imports become costlier. This is how they stabilize the exchange rate and not a single country can keep dominating the world. To eliminate the exchange control, it keeps reviving the policies of the developed as well as underdeveloped nations, due to which the exchange rate of every currency is under control. To promote international trade, when so much of stability is coming in, due to which lot of goods can be imported, exported, and ultimately there is a balance of payment and the trade improves. To promote investment of capital in backward and underdeveloped countries. As mentioned, It helps from the developed countries to the underdeveloped countries. They train the government, they give financial assistance, they give policy assistance, they train the government to keep growing along with the economy and be at par with the developed countries. To eliminate or reduce disequilibrium in the balance of payment, when so many things are going well, the currency values have dropped down, ultimately the trade starts balancing and there is balance of payment. These were the objectives. So till now we have seen what is IMF, the need of IMF and the objectives of IMF. In the next section, we will be seeing what IMF really does, the difference between IMF and the World Bank, and a lot of case studies. Thank you.